Mics are hot, ladies and gentlemen. Mics are spicy.
Hikes are not.
What? Who? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Hikes are not.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Wrong window. We want this window. Hello, chat.
Chat!
Chattos. How are we doing,
Chat-tay.
everybody? Elizabeth, tell me how, because, you know, we didn't see you. Chat had to deal with just me last week. Tell us how, just overall, really quickly, high level, how was Coda? Sorry, high level, like I'm still at fucking work. Jesus.
We'll circle back.
How was Coda and how was Mexico?
Coda was fantastic. It is once again a wonderful U.S. Grand Prix. Lots of fun. Sunday's race, not great, but everything else around it was a blast. There's lots of stuff to do in Austin. Met up with lots of good folks. Had good food. Mexico, food even better. Vibes even better. I hate to say it because I love Coda so much, but Mexico just does everything so much better. Just like the food, so much. Not that Coda's food is bad, but my goodness, when I walk in and I can have the world's best hotcakes I've had in my entire life for breakfast, and chilaquiles, I'm set. It's hard to beat that. So it was a good time. I had a blast. Racing was good. Drivers were
Not good.
Spicy.
For the best drivers in the world, we're really doing the wrong things.
They are really trying their hardest to be the goofiest drivers in the world. I'll say that.
We'll definitely get into that. Are we casting pods? We definitely are. How about them Rangers? They're playing well. It's just a series of bad luck, okay?
Ranger.
My cat's here.
A little spooky cat.
Yeah, we give him back November 1st. Born to Yap, forced to eep. Hello, fellow motorsport watchers. Hello, hello, hello. Ash turned one at Coda, booed the elites riding around the track. You know the funniest thing about that, guys? You guys look stupid because these aren't elites. These are people who won these tickets from work for like volunteer hours or just got it for doing good in sales or did something else. You're just booing people like you. I want you to know this when you do that. It's not like the Towerses are on that thing. The elites aren't actually riding around the track like that. It's people who like won experiences or like Make-A-Wish kids. Like you guys are such jerks.
Booing the Make-A-Wish kids. Yeesh.
Yeesh. Ray says I can't keep up with the different start times for the show. Well, you can shove it up your ass because it's within the hour. I always tell you what it is, and then you can listen on Thursdays, Ray. Also, I know Ray, so I'm allowed to say that to him. Also, he failed our first ever final. He failed. He was the last person in our football league fantasy last year, so he had it coming.
Oof.
Ray. Mind.
Nikes.
That's what you get. Rory, thank you so much for the 13 freaking months. 13 months. Very Halloween of me. It is very spooky of you. Spooky. Thank you, Rory. We appreciate you. Rory's watching all the way from Ireland.
Ireland.
Oh, we have Secret Ingredient watching all the way from Denmark. Yeah, we're all the Americans. Jesus, everyone's just showing you up here.
Everyone's in bed.
Yeah, you can't pay with the 44 months. Lewis Hamilton, months of being subbed. Damn. And you're not allowed to leave. Denmark mentioned. Let's go. Moochat says, yeah, Ray, I just want to fit in. Ray will be continued to be yelled until he fulfills his punishment. Oh, that's true. So Ray, we made him a shirt for fantasy football. It's supposed to be like a tie-dye pink shirt with a martini glass on it. And he's supposed to drink Double Fist Cosmos. And the shirt says, like, I lost Vandelay Fantasy, whatever.
That's cute.
But I still haven't done that yet. So,
Ooh.
with the 9 months with the Prime. Hey, thank you so much. Welcome back in, everyone. Welcome back to Vandelay Industries. Rory, Secret Ingredient, Road Cody. Welcome on in. Okay. Eat it any country that's not Denmark. I just got off work. Give me.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather eat in any other country than Denmark.
Yeah. What's everyone's? What are the national dishes there in the great state of Denmark? By the way, we're taking you over. The great country of Denmark.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. We have shit food.
Kevin Mason's Grand Prix gastronomy fucking sucked. Chap was not a fan. They like open face sandwiches. I thought they were fine. But they were like on rye bread, but like cold cuts. Chris doesn't like cold cuts. He likes hot cuts. So he wasn't interested.
What do you mean
and
you don't like cold cuts?
He doesn't like them cold. You have warm meat. He's not a cold meat guy.
What? Like you like the hot sandwich? Like it's gotta be in a panini
Yeah, like
press?
he's a hot sandwich guy. Yeah, he's not a cold sandwich guy.
Why?
So he wasn't I don't know. It's his thing.
Chapel out here being elitist? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's happening?
No, not elitist. A man can have tastes. A man can have preferences. It's allowed.
Chap, do you see what shit he talks in the Discord? He likes a cold sandwich. He can deal with it. It fucking sucks, dude. I cannot
Oh,
pronounce any of the
so
words
funny.
secret ingredient posted in there.
Ooble scooble.
Yeah, there's always times for a hot sandwich. But I think you can
Yeah.
just not be a child and also eat a cold sandwich from time to time.
Yeah, but why do something that doesn't fill you with joy?
But doesn't it not fill me with joy?
Well, yeah, well that's because it's you. You got your own things, your
No,
own preferences.
I don't like when people have things that are different than me. It's not cool. It's terrible. It's wrong. And it's my opinion, but it's right. In this economy,
Yeesh.
yeah. On the internet, you want me to let Chap be his own person? No, he has to agree with what I think a cold cut is. As someone, also,
No.
my source, parents owned a deli, and I worked in it. So, huh.
Well, that I feel like that's not a source. I feel like that's nepotism.
I mean, I don't own the deli now.
No, but you inherited the takes.
Inherited the cold cut takes.
Yeah.
Ashley's cold cut takes. Liberal bias for you. That's right.
Oh,
Oh no, Asian Skill says hello from the side of I-85 South, I-40 West in my car, which now has
no.
a missing front tire. And I do say specifically tire and not wheel.
No accident though, so that's good. Good. Glad to hear that you're safe. But my goodness, what a terrible start to the day. Or
Nep-
end of your day.
Nepo Deli.
Middle of your day.
Why? What happened?
Sheesh.
Did you call AAA? Are you just like waiting around? You're like, instead of calling, I'm gonna go onto the pod because you saw the notification while you were calling.
We have to call for him.
Yeah, we can do that. I always wondered, like, if something were to happen to me, God forbid, on stream, like, what is chat gonna do? Call 911 and be like, there's a woman in Charlotte, North Carolina is being attacked in her home live on stream. Like, how does that?
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you do that?
I'm sure there's a way.
We just learned from Ash reading that comment. She make a stellar traffic reporter. I'm just letting you guys know I'd be great on TV. I'm just waiting for my moment. We'd clip it
Waiting
first,
for
though.
you.
Yeah, you have to do it first for the evidence.
Sheesh.
We're driving down the highway. Suddenly, the car started shaking, and soon after, the front right tire just popped off the wheel.
What? Who put that tire on that wheel? I would be suing them.
Probably
No.
2311.
Oh,
Oop!
yo.
Yo! Too soon.
Oof.
Maybe I hit a pothole. You'd know if you hit a pothole.
Maybe he had a pothole, but then like drove a little bit and then it wobbled off.
Yeah, but if you said maybe I hit a pothole, but like you'd know if you did hit a pothole and that was the cause of the tire
I'm
falling off.
gonna
You know
be
what I'm saying?
honest. I've end up with like bruises that I don't know where they came from, and I'm certain that I should have remembered them. So if I hit a pothole that caused my tire to fall off, there is a good chance I would not remember that.
You're like, probably he was part of the thing. I don't know.
It happens. Just thought it was an everyday adventure.
Yeah, glad you're okay though.
Yeah,
Let us
my
know when you get
goodness.
to safety or there's safety approaching you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
sure everything's good here. Guys, I had so many meetings at work and I hated it. I hated it all. Just kidding. People I work with, I just want to be very clear. If you're someone I work with and you're listening to this for some reason, you found me, I have no problems with you. I'm just not here to increase stakeholder value. It's just not a dream of mine.
That's tough because I think that's your job.
Yeah, unfortunately, it definitely is. It's just not something that I'm passionate about.
It does not
The
spark
people I work
joy.
with are very smart. They're very smart. They're very competent, and it's great. But I hate sitting in the meetings, and it's just like I feel like Charlie Brown's parents are talking to me about like certain like it's like all acronyms and like other speak, and I'm just like, oh, I need this for health insurance.
They're talking about synergy. They're talking about circling back.
Dog, it was so funny. One of the project managers said like one of the most. He's like, oh, so he's like, we filled up the cart before we attached the horse, and he was making a good analogy, but I was like, brother, there's what you're laying it on real thick right now. This is unnecessary.
Bless.
Please, KPIs though, KPIs, pivot tables, the metrics, circling back, the parking lot, the paved paradise, and circled back to it. It's awful. I don't like it.
Yeesh.
I actually haven't heard the word synergies yet, which is weird because I
No?
work in the energy.
You should drop it. And you
Ooh.
should be the first.
Oh
You
my
should
God.
be that
Chat
guy.
should give me a word per week that I drop.
Ooh! No swear words.
No, so obviously, yeah, nothing
Oh.
weird. Like I can probably throw in like a cake in there. Like I can't have my cake and eat it too, you know.
Can we throw in those Dutch words that Secret Ingredient gave us earlier?
I gotta learn a whipping whipping shitties. Yeah, we need a SOP on this. Otherwise, we're gonna be whipping shitties, and, and no one's gonna know how.
Oh, I'm sorry. I called you Dutch, Danish. I'm American. To me, they're all the same thing.
Yeah, you guys are all over there. Whatever, it's fine. Polish, Ukrainian, Dutch, Danish, tomato, tamale.
Yeah.
Expeditiously, if we could just zoom out for a moment.
Ugh,
Wow. Are all the Europeans left? They're saying, fuck this crowd.
rest in
Bye.
pieces.
Reese's
Sorry.
Pieces. Is it Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces?
I call them Reese's Pieces.
Oh, it's Reese's Pieces. You say
Yeah.
pieces. Things are in pieces, not in pieces.
Yeah, I know they're Reese's Pieces, but I don't call shit the way it's supposed to be called. They're Reese's Pieces.
All right.
There's a reason we don't call Isaac Hadjar in this house, and it's because we don't say things that are normal.
What do you call him?
Johnny Sack.
Performative. Anyway,
No!
just to the cats, because you just call them in the house, which is funny. It's just
Sheesh.
sheesh. Are we handing out candy on Friday? Elizabeth, do you have anywhere to hang out candy? Do people come by your house?
Nope.
Yeah, I
We
don't
live
think
out in
so.
the fucking boonies, so I will be handing out candy to my mouth, and that will be fun.
I love the way you said that.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
What about you? Are you guys doing the trick-or-treating?
We won't be here for Halloween,
Oh,
which makes
are
me sad because this is my
you?
favorite part.
Mm.
I love handing out candy, and I'm very mad about it. And I try not to complain about it too much because my boyfriend's already sick of me. But I like to complain about it more on the car ride to the wedding that we have to do. I have 3 weddings in a row. You don't remember this?
I do remember that. I was gonna say you do have the wedding. Sheesh. That's a lot.
I'm so excited. I just want to hand out. Oh, for next year, I want to hand out candy. Oh, did you guys see this? All right, this is gonna be my last side note, and then we can get to the motorsport part that everyone's here for. If you guys have seen this reel, I think it's folks in Washington. They do something on Halloween called a fish market. So it's set up. It looks like a fish market, but it's like packs of goldfish and Swedish fish, and that's what they give out to kids.
That's
But they
cute.
dress up in like the yellow rubber like overalls that fishermen have, and they have a sign that says like fish market open 1 day a year.
That's so cute.
I think that's so cute. I want to do that next year.
That's adorable. I love that. I love when people get creative with that kind of stuff. I've never in my entire life handed out candy because I've never lived in a place. Well, I lived in an apartment for a while where there were kids and there was like you could put a little sticker on your door if you wanted to have them knock on it and give out candy. But unfortunately, I ate all of it before the children arrived, so I had to take my sticker down.
I love handing out candy. It's so fun. I might leave a basket out, like a little up the stairs. So if you like look at really fast, like you
Mm,
won't notice. So like you'll have to like dedicate. Like I know the dedicated ones will get the candy. That's what I was thinking of
yeah,
doing. I also
yeah,
don't want them to steal my. Maybe I'll get like a cheap basket that I don't care if someone yoinks.
yeah. I will say in Mexico, so you know how we all have the like little jack-o'-lantern buckets that we
Yeah.
trick or treat with, or like you use a pillowcase. In Mexico City, they had some bangers. They had like Frankenstein heads that
Hmm.
you could trick or treat with. They had like little devil heads. They had like pumpkins, but they were like misshapen. Like you know how you get those like little warty pumpkins? I was
Yeah.
like, if I had packed a bigger bag, I absolutely would have bought a bunch of those and brought them home.
What I dislike is the older kids. They still try to trick or treat, which I don't blame them. I don't want them to leave their youth behind. But like it's a very half-ass costume, and they bring like a plastic bag from like Publix, and I'm
Go home.
like I will give you candy, but we're gonna need to put in some effort. Like if you want to be whimsy, but you're gonna have to.
See, this is what you should have a second bucket for like warheads. And those stinkers get the
It'd be
one
like dental
warhead.
floss. All the fun, like creative costumes, are like people who are trying will get like the big full
Oh,
size candy bars. Everyone else, I'm like,
You get floss.
You get
You get a
floss.
mini, not even a mini
I know you're gonna
toothpaste, but
need
a
it.
mini one.
Oh my god, like the Barbie toothpaste or like the mini brands
Yes!
toothpaste.
Yes! I got toothpaste on a flight once, and it was like legit this big, like two two toothpaste uses, and it was over. You should get those.
An affordable toothbrush.
Yep.
No, the wedding's not a Halloween wedding, unfortunately. There's no costumes.
Oh.
I know.
I really
Blah.
wanted, so when Chris and I were gonna get married, I really wanted to get married on Halloween. And like if we were gonna have the whole ceremony and the party so that I could organize it as like a Halloween party in which we get married
Yeah,
and then get the discounts and stuff, but then we just were like, fuck it, let's just do the paperwork. I don't need to get all that money so that other people can have
I
fun.
know. Was it just a scheme to get yourself candy? Yes. I don't want a gift. I just want candy if you come to my wedding.
Damn straight.
Yeah, the wedding rant is that, okay, hopefully no one's here, but the venue is 40 minutes away from the hotel.
Oof.
I
Are they
know.
doing shuttles?
I think so, but I don't know like how many and how often they run because
Yeah.
it's a decently large wedding.
Yeesh.
Also, like I don't want to sit drunk in a shuttle for 40 minutes on the way back to the hotel.
Love sitting drunk in a shuttle. Nothing like sitting drunk in a shuttle. I like it when you're drunk in the shuttle and then other people start throwing up.
Oh, ew. Okay, we're moving on. Let's get to talk to some motorsports. We gotta wrap this up. I got my cat sitter coming for an introduction. Oh, Elizabeth's mom's birthday dinner is today. Is it her birthday today?
It is her birthday
Oh my
today.
God,
Yeah.
happy birthday, Elizabeth's mom. What's her name?
Christine.
Happy birthday, Christine.
I
Everyone
have
say happy
two
birthday,
Chris's
Christine.
in my life.
Say happy birthday, Trent.
Say it now.
Sin drunk shuttles Elizabeth's cowboy theme song. That's so funny.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. All right, let's get to some F1 yapping. Yeah, we had a race in Mexico.
Yeah, and it was a good one. God, I love Mexico.
Yeah.
Love everything about Mexico. I think the track is great. The people are great. It was so nice. Such a good time. The race itself, we had a McLaren resurgence, but not the McLaren that's been resurgent through all of the season. It's Lando Norris. Lando Norris went from pole to win and took the championship lead, which he holds by exactly one single point. And folks, not McLaren, the Mexican fans hated this. That man was booed
He was.
so bad. So bad.
I know I said we have to rush this episode,
Yes.
but also at the same time, can we talk about this booing situation? Because the reactions to the booing on Twitter,
I thought it was so funny.
I feel
The
like
British can't handle it.
I just like don't care. They're like, oh, we shouldn't boo drivers. I was like, why? I mean, we shouldn't like send them death threats. Correct. We shouldn't send their family members death threats. I'm booing him in the arena. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. You can boo whoever you want to boo. It's fine. Uh, there are some theories as to why they were booing him.
Mm-hmm.
Some of which are that they feel like McLaren has given him this championship. Some of which allege that his girlfriend has been accused of some racism in the past.
I haven't heard that one.
So that was some of the talk in the paddock.
Something else I read is that his comments towards Sergio
Yes,
as well.
he was very. He was saying, I believe, that if he was in Checo's position at Red Bull, he would have already won a championship, ahead of Max. So there's a lot of reasons that folks could boo this man. So they did what they needed to do to feel better.
Veriton makes a funny point. Why are the British so weird about booing when their football chants are the most unhinged shit imaginable?
Honestly.
That is very true.
Honestly.
The argument I've seen against booing relates to the toxicity aspect of sports, but it's not even it's just part of sports.
Yeah.
I just like that is like probably as most toxic as I let it get, right? After that, if you're like setting death threats, if you're like I'm not much of like why can't I think of the word? When you're heckling people, thank you. I like that's where I draw the line. Like no one wants to hear your heckles around you. They can't hear you obviously because they're in their cars far away, et cetera, et cetera. But like booing is fine, and that's where we're done. Yeah. You don't need to go online and like at them in the DMs that they suck. You don't need to message their girlfriends and mothers and all this stuff. Like that's too far. Booing is probably the only acceptable quote unquote toxicity in my eyes.
Yeah. As Big Ben says, in the wide scheme of things, booing is mild. It is indeed. It is indeed mild. I thought it was certainly funny. Mexican fans are passionate and they're going to show you that however they feel about you. And unfortunately for Lando, they just don't like
Yeah,
him. But we also had, speaking of more toxicity, more McLaren cheating
yeah,
scandal
that's crazy.
allegations are coming up. These are resulting from comments from Oscar. Oscar said that the car just feels like he's just not able to come to grips with it anymore. A lot of people interpreted this as saying, like, he believes that McLaren have done something to the car that is different. Andrea Stella actually had a great point previously during the weekend. I believe it was on Friday or Saturday. We were sitting in with him, and it was like, why is Oscar struggling? He said these are tracks that Lando's driving style better fits. Oscar needs higher grip situations. These have been very two low grip tracks back to back. Like there's good chances he's going to be better in the rest of the season. So I don't think that there are any cheating allegations to be had here, but
Okay,
I
so
will say it could be worse.
Elizabeth can't talk about this. I'm just going
Oh,
to mention it.
oh.
So we know Aston Martin has breached the cost cap. To my understanding, in like a very like Red Bull sort of way, people just hated Red Bull, but like that, they fucked up by one, not applying the correct tax credits, to my understanding, and
Hmm.
two, things that don't help the car, like catering, events, etc., which stupid. You should have caught that
My
100%.
feasties.
Yeah, that was
I need my
silly.
little trackside snackies.
Similarly, so Aston Martin has seemed to breach the cost cap in a low way, in like a very something along. They haven't released exactly how, but something along the lines of, again, administrative. So not a big deal. There were rumors that Elizabeth will not comment on, and this is just a me thing, as I've garnered from other people that I trust, um, that who was the second cost cap break. I'm not going to say the name because now it's been reported officially that it's been no one and it's just Aston Martin and it's just one team. What had happened was, if you're confused why those rumors were starting and why all of a sudden there was only one team, it's because, to my knowledge, there were also negotiations happening. Not negotiations. How do I say this? There were talks back and forth, appeals, the appeal process of getting caught.
Hmm.
Um, all I know from the team that I am pretty confident that it was is that it had championship implications. And we will leave it at that.
Spicy.
But there were appeals, there were a lot of meetings between the FIA and this team, and whatever happened got resolved. And we're never going to fucking hear about it because it's the FIA and Formula One and they never let us in. And it's so goddamn annoying. So now it is just Aston Martin. Supposedly missing a file deadline of some kind is what I've heard, but we don't know for sure unless they tell us in a matter. So that's it.
It was Apex GP that went over the cost cap.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's why you heard the rumors and you're like, oh, we can't trust anyone. It's like that's I hate that Formula One does this, right? We're not gonna know who that second team was. There was a second team that allegedly breached a cost cap. There were discussions and appeals around it. Now it's only one team in Aston Martin that did something small. It's like a weird mistrust, and I hate that we don't get to know. But also at the same time, people are probably typing or letting us know that the minute that this would have come out, it would have been like a whole thing on the internet,
Yeah,
right? Like F1 fans cannot contain nuance.
correct.
So,
And just also in terms of speaking of a team that also previously broke the budget cap, Max Verstappen had the greater weekend this weekend than he thought he was going to. He
oh yeah.
was not good in practice. He was struggling. He was complaining. He Red Bull was one of the teams that brought very significant upgrades this weekend. So they brought four different upgrades to further help cooling and airflow. Most teams brought louvers. Red Bull brought upgrades both to, like, they did have louvers, but also stuff going on with their floor. Didn't seem like it was working out very well until the exact moment that it mattered. So Max Verstappen finished on the podium. And we still have a pretty interesting three-way fight. Max didn't quite carve out the gap in the championship battle that he has previously, but he still is keeping kind of his nose in things, waiting for McLaren to screw up. So it continues. The discourse continues.
It continues. We'll get into that in a little bit as we talk about the virtual safety car as well with
Yeah.
science.
Yeah.
But lap one was what really got me. It set off a series of confusion for me, especially with the race control. So to me, Lando had a great start.
Hmm.
Incredible when the lights went out, grabbed that advantage, and I was like, okay, all right, someone's been
Yeah.
practicing.
Hmm.
Um, kept advantage into turn one, despite the long run, took the inside line to protect the corner from both Ferraris. No one had a chance.
Yeah.
He got it. Max tried to make it four wide all of a sudden. Tried to do a little squeezy squeeze, went across the grass, cutting turn two. Lewis and Charles had a little bit of a clash at turn two, also causing Leclerc to cut turn two to get ahead of Lewis and Norris. It was like a little. He took a huge cut around there. It was ridiculous. It was a
Yeah.
little truck. Max gave the position back to Ferraris. Leclerc didn't give it back to Hamilton. When he was doing his corner cuts, Piastri dropped to P9 after a bad start and getting squeezed. There was a lot going on at once.
Yeah.
Or even the F1 TV direction, I think, was a little like,
What do we do?
what are we replaying? Because
Yeah.
eventually when everything sorted itself out, they did replay, but they only replayed like the top three folks. And I'm like, I need to watch the Leclerc thing again. I need to watch whatever
Yeah.
Hamilton did. I don't know what happened with Piastri back there.
Yeah.
It was
George Russell was irate because he believed Max Verstappen cut the corner, got an advantage. We
yeah.
had Oliver Behrman from, I think he started ninth, eighth or ninth, launching up into like the top fray, getting his nose in there. It was like everything happened. There was that moment where Charles Leclerc was in front of Lando Norris because he cut the corner, and everyone in the media center is like, "What do you mean? Lando's not leading. He had a perfect start. How did Charles get him? When did that happen?" It was absolute chaos. I respect Max Verstappen for trying to do the world's most audacious move that was never going to work. And taking a skitter through the grass and somehow emerging unscathed on the other side.
And then while this has happened, right, and they're replaying some of this part, we then have a Lewis and Max kind of. I wrote clash. It's not really. They were just racing, right? But it
Yeah,
also made like Max made a
it's
huge run.
dicey.
Yeah. It clashed with Lewis, right? Continues to turn two. Max cut that corner, gets ahead of Lewis, continues to turn four. Hamilton locks up, goes straight on, doesn't correctly navigate the escape road, gets ahead of Max, Russell, and Behrman joining the fight. But then Lewis gets a 10-second penalty. The only downside, as you mentioned, in a very strong Ferrari weekend.
Hmm.
It was at and then the FIA kind of like noted things and took their time. We're on like lap 25 and we're still talking about what's happened on lap one. Yeah, I think it was Jolyon Palmer who was like, wow, they're really just going frame by frame here. And
Bless him.
I was like, what is happening? Okay. We need to like digest all the things, right? The only person who got penalized at this point was Lewis Hamilton.
Correct.
And of
Yes.
all the stuff that happened, one of them was
Yes.
the escape road that he didn't correctly take, which I think we all agreed with. He did not correctly
Yeah.
take that.
It was not only that he didn't correctly take it, but that they deemed him to have gained an advantage in not correctly taking it. So that was why it was a 10-second penalty as opposed to a 5-second penalty.
Um, but then you had the Charles Leclerc thing, and you also had
Yeah.
Max, and they cleared
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, perplexing decisions. I couldn't. So at this point, I went down to the media pen right quite soon, because Liam Lawson retired, and it was like we got to make sure that we're there if he gets out of the car and goes and speaks to media. So at this point, I'm like raw dog in the race. No audio, no clue what's going on, just watching a TV and a timing screen and trying to divine what I can by asking Chris, because the the broadcast that gets aired is like 90 seconds delayed from what is happening at the track. So I'm like, okay, George Russell's on the radio. Chris, I need that radio message on lap 41. Can you send that to me? I did who's pitting? Why are they pitting? Why did Liam retire? What's going on? Just trying to get like the last little bits of information. So we're all sitting there trying to figure out what who got noted when, why they were noted, what they were dismissed or penalized for, And it was like, well, why is it Lewis and no one else? Like there were some other pretty sketchy moves. I don't think anyone else was in need of a 10-second penalty. Perhaps a 5,
Hmm.
perhaps something else. I don't know. So Lewis also quite perplexed by that one.
Yeah, I feel like the McLaren thing of people booing Lando and also that stupid cheating, the cheating allegations, whatnot, um, has overshadowed people's usual dislike for the FIA and their need to not be consistent. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I know exactly why, or whatever, they should have made that abundantly clear,
Yeah.
as in
I think
explain their ruling.
the thing with Max and Lewis was that that was a couple laps into the race, and a lot of the issues with Max and Charles were at the
That
first
turn one.
lap, and so it was like, well, there's, you give extra leeway for that first lap, but then Max also did cut the track in his battle with Lewis, so it's very, I just want a little FIA press conference after the race, man.
Yeah,
I just
that'd
want
be
to like
great.
ask him some
Tell
questions.
you,
Can you
NBA 2 minute
please
report.
explain?
That'd be sick.
Yeah. So it was a time. But despite everything, Lewis, even though he had his penalty, it was a very strong weekend for Ferrari. And they are now second in the World Constructors' Championship, 1 point ahead of Mercedes. So that'll be a battle to keep an eye on, keeping it going into the rest of the season.
And then we had the rest of the tire strategy kind of unfolding as well.
Hmm.
What a strange
Yeah.
occurrence that happened. All bar Max in the top 10 on softs. They pit earlier to go on mediums. Really, a lot of people bitching that he won't make it. Like, that was a dumb strategy. And then, yeah, Max
Mm,
Verstappen. It worked because he was Max Verstappen, and people were like, that's the
yeah.
only reason why it worked. I want you to know that's exactly what they factor in.
Yes, exactly.
They factor in a bunch of other things, don't get me wrong, but they also factor in the driver, meaning they're
Yeah.
like, Max can consistently make these softs at a 121 pace. They knew that would work out for them.
Yeah. So Laurent Mekies after the race, we asked about that. Why do the mediums? And they were like, well, Max was weak on the mediums, but we know that he was going to have a strong start. It was his long run medium pace that was a pain. So we knew he could get a position and stay there and hold it. And he was going to be miserable until the switch to softs. But once he switched to softs, it like the rest of the race was going to go well for us. And we wanted to have that advantage at the end, probably when everyone else had taken the opposite strategy. So it worked out for them, all things considered.
Yeah, mixed pit on softs. For Piastri, the idea was to stay on mediums for the entire race. But Piastri takes the leap with 25 or so to go and pits for the soft, making his stuff a two-stopper. Everyone
Hmm.
on softs, apart from Norris, who was first, and Leclerc second, followed suit. Max was chasing down Leclerc for P2. Piastri was chasing the pack and had a fun interaction with George Russell. It was the incredible radios of George Russell I've never heard of before.
Amazing. He was so sassy. He had so much to say.
Um, yeah, he's like, I got a McLaren up my ass.
Do,
Not really.
do, do you want me to let him through?
No, just let me know. I just, this is what we're doing.
They're like, no, thank you. And his response, oh, just checking. Fuck, what a guy. So funny.
His race engineer was also pretty sassy. Yeah, like just not
The
giving it back and forth, but also just like playing
the
along. The
banter.
banter, the bants
Yeah.
was pretty good. And then also the Mercedes taking slightly too long to swap him and Kimi Antonelli, which then didn't work out for him anyway. Did they swap
Yeah,
back?
exactly. I do believe they swapped
Okay,
back.
good. So I was like,
Yeah.
don't do that to my boy
Because
Kimi.
that was George's argument was if
Yeah,
I can't get
I'll swap back.
beyond Behrman, I will swap it back, and he did indeed. So
That's some good radios from George. I appreciated that.
it's some top-notch content from him. Truly, like truly good stuff. Oh, and as Mario points out, so Free Practice 1 this weekend, 9 out of 10 teams ran a rookie driver as one of their 4 mandatory rookie sessions. So George Russell was one of the drivers who sat out, put on a luchador mask, and like went and hung out
That
in
was
the
awesome.
grandstands.
It's a good weekend for him, personality wise. I
Yeah.
thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah. He did a very
I think we never see
good
this with
job.
George.
Yeah.
He enjoyed the luchador mask. I thought he was playing into it really well, and I think the
Hmm.
radio was really fun. I
Hmm.
think as Chat corrected me during the stream because I didn't even realize that he signed the contract. It wasn't even like made that big of a deal in my opinion that he
Yeah.
signed it. There was no crazy graphic on the Mercedes Instagram when I scrolled through it.
Well, it's because it's been like confirmed unofficially for like 2 months now So when they confirmed it in the build up to Coda, it was like,
Whatever.
yeah,
Everyone moved on.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess signing that contract, he felt pretty good, so he can be himself now.
yeah.
His true self.
Back to the old George.
So everything's playing out. Max is crushing it on these softs, right? He's trying to
Hmm.
chase down Leclerc, and he's gotten incredibly close. But also,
Yeah.
you have Piastri chasing down Behrman
Yes.
for a
So
P4.
Oliver Behrman, P4. If Piastri had finished fourth or higher, even if Lando Norris won the race, Piastri would have retained the championship lead. So this is a significant overtake. It's not just getting fourth place, it is holding onto the lead of the championship that you've held since race five. Uh, then we have, as all of this is going on, the world's dampest squib of Carlos Sainz spinning in the stadium section, hitting the barrier, and driving slowly into the escape road to bring out a virtual safety car. Ugh, what a disaster.
Okay, the my question is there, and if chat knows this or you know this, were there marshals on track because of this?
Unclear. There were marshals on track earlier in the race, however.
With the
Liam
Liam
Lawson
Lawson thing?
almost ran them over.
Which is
Um,
where I think, not an overcorrection, where I think they were overcorrecting, for lack of a better word. And they're like, okay, there's marshals helping a car, and we did not call the car when we should have that one time. Let's make sure we
mhm.
throw it now.
Yeah. I think that the thing that happened was I believe there were marshals. Indeed, they weren't like on track, but
In the
assisting
runoff,
Carlos on
yeah.
the escape road close enough to this being a problem. The FI is not going to take that chance again because I'm sure at this point they've already heard from Racing Bulls and Liam Lawson that, hey, this, we almost ran over someone, so let's not do a Tom Price. So I believe they had to do that just out of the abundance of caution. Um, the virtual safety car comes out with like one 1.5 laps remaining and then ends with a half of a lap to go. But it kind of just killed all of that momentum for the finish. Max really like he made an effort to try to get past Charles. Didn't work because they're just I think if there'd been a full lap, it would have happened for him. Piastri couldn't get by Behrman, so finished fifth, 1 point now behind Norris in the championship standings.
Out of 10, what do you rate the race, Elizabeth?
I would give this one, I think a 9. I thought it was a good one.
9.
Maybe an 8, you know?
9's so
I think
strong.
I'm biased because I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought it was fun. Not to, which is to say, like Coda, I would have given like a 4, even though I was there because it wasn't very interesting. But this one, it was engaging. I
Mm-hmm.
thought there was a lot that was going on. The tire strategy was interesting. Um, there were a lot of people kind of out of position that you would have expected. Oliver Behrman, perfect,
That
like
was great. With his dad also.
phenomenal.
Those
Oh
shots
my
were
God,
fun.
his
Like,
dad.
those were in context of what was
Yes.
happening.
If you're going to show me someone in the garage, I want to see them reacting to something. I want to see them having feelings. So Oliver Behrman finished fourth. That's his career best finish. All weekend long, I thought it was hilarious because every time he talked to media, he was like, I don't understand why I have to give up free practice one to a rookie because I'm a rookie. So he was like, that's critical for me that I'm missing out on all of this support stuff. I would have qualified even better. Then he has his best race ever. So big ups to Haas. They had a good update package. What did you give the race out of 10?
Probably like a 6 or a 7. The
Mm,
safety car really just gave me some blue balls there. I understand that's what happens in racing, right? In sports
yeah.
car racing, sometimes, right? Last year, all the 24-hour races, because it was raining, were not actually 24 hours since they were all under a safety car. So, like, I guess in the sports car aspect, I understand that, and I'm like okay with it. But in F1, I was like, ugh. That would
Yeah.
have been sick because we were so close, and that was like the only point of contention we were having, besides the chaos of people forgetting how to drive, and their driver standard meetings in the beginning, they're completely out the window. But yeah, no, we're not doing
Yeah.
6-7, please. I love that Behrman also got driver of the day. I voted for
Hmm.
him.
Well
Uh,
deserved.
yeah, that was sick for him. I can't believe Haas
Yeah.
was up there.
Yeah. They brought upgrades at Coda and they I believe what they were saying this weekend is that they kind of reversed a few things. maybe not reversed or like just tweaked some things because there was not the 3 practice sessions for them to be able to work those upgrades in properly. They found what they needed to find with it, basically. So I thought it was a very good performance. We had was it ninth? Espanocan finished ninth. We had both drivers in the points, so pretty good. As Kamikaze also points out, Oliver's been getting shit on since Coda.
100%.
Due to being a rookie and being close to a driver ban. Great news for him is he's got 2 points that expire before next race. So he's no longer 10 out of 12 points. He is a mere 8 out of 12 points. However, considering the fact that he has previously gotten 4 points in a weekend, he is still not 100% safe, but it's a step in the right direction.
Step in the right direction, indeed. Mario asks, how would you rank the rookies so far in your opinion? I need to look at it all, right? Because I don't want to do the recency bias. I also have just bias for Behrman from the beginning. You guys can go back to our first episode of this year. I'm just like, Behrman, Team Behrman. Yeah. So to actually look
I think it's tough to do it before we get to the end of the season because I think all of the rookies are still really evolving. You've got guys like Gabriel Bortoleto who at the start of the season, like he was hitting the performance of the car, but the car was not allowing him to show that he was a good driver. But now we've gotten to this point of the season where the car enables him to kind of perform a little bit better. So we'll get back to you, Mario. We will get back to you. That'll be a little post-season feature for you.
Yeah, I also need to read about like what does Hulkenberg think about the car and like handling it, and how is Bortoleto handling that Nico Hulkenberg is talking about, like from his professional experience of being in F1 for so many years, and Bortoleto being a rookie and like putting all that into place and seeing how they grow. Where do you go with the rookie that's consistent, which to me, Antonelli kind of dropped it like a little bit, but he's been consistent overall. He's been pretty good. He's been with his teammate. That's great from like a car perspective. Or you're looking at someone like Behrman, if he keeps up the pace of like a P5 for the rest of the season, you're like, oh shit, and especially in a Haas, like wow. So
and then you've got guys like Isaac Hadjar who they've had tough races, but also extremely standout races. Yeah. So there's a lot to factor in. I want to come into here with facts and reasoning and statistics. I will, but we'll do that. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the thing with Hadjar for me, the first thing that gets me is the incident he had with Kimi Antonelli. God, what track was it in the rain?
Was that
re-grinded him?
Japan?
So it's again, it's just like a one-off thing, and he was a rookie. You can't see anything, right? But like those things kind of compact throughout the year. Like, what did they do in the beginning of the year? Do they repeat those mistakes? I'm not saying that he repeated that at all because he hasn't done that since. But you're looking at some stuff like that to see if they've learned. So you're like,
exactly.
Oh, go from there. But yeah, as Elizabeth said, we need to dive on in here. I'm not going to just yell into a microphone my opinion. What kind of place do you think this is?
Kamikaze notes, like all the drivers are in different segments of the grid. So like that is another thing I wanted to take that into consideration when I make this evaluation. You know what I mean? Like I want to say Kimi Antonelli, he's been impressive. He's also quite significantly underperformed for the car he's in certain aspects. So it's a whole conversation. There's a debate.
Also, I have to do our fantasy points.
Girl.
Don't worry, it's on me. It's on me, okay?
What if we just declare me the winner?
Whoa. I don't think that's factual, especially with the IndyCar season.
Okay, fair.
So, by the way, I like recorded my screen. It was Pumpernickel playing with the cars on F1 TV, right, as they passed by. And I had this posted up. So I'm going to show chat my handwriting, show Elizabeth my handwriting.
Cute.
Someone commented on that video and they wrote nothing else but this. They wrote, "That's the most man handwriting I've ever seen on that post-it." And that's all they left on me on that video.
What? Some of those comments, like that's such low stakes comment, but yet also I had someone once in a Jalopnik post that I did comment on my manicure and just tell me like, those are man hands if you're gonna have your nail polish chipped like that. And for some reason that still sticks with me.
It's just like the weird, it's just a video about a cat chasing cars on the screen and you're like, wow, that handwriting's shitty. I was like, where did that come from?
That's man handwriting.
Where did that come from? And also like, yeah, my handwriting's shitty. Yeah, 100%. But I can read it.
Exactly, that's all that matters.
It's definitely
And
a
I
weird
can
thing to.
still write in cursive, and most people can't these
Yeah,
days.
it's just a weird thing to focus on for you. It just like it just threw me off. Usually people are like,
I
"Oh, my
know.
cat does the same," or like dogs are better, which like even that one I understand because they just
Yeah.
dislike cats. And like I see, you saw a cat, you couldn't contain your emotions because you're a man, and you just decided to comment something on a woman's Instagram. Fine, but like a woman commenting on my handwriting, I was like, this was so unnecessary.
Yeah, why? I never did the bubble handwriting that all of the gals did when I was growing up. I always had my little chicken scratch.
Yeah, yeah. So Ben's being very sweet. So I guess some people just want to tear other people down. I feel like it wasn't even that. It was just like out of left field. I was just like this. I'm not. I don't feel. I'm like not gonna change my handwriting all of a
Yeah.
sudden. But
It's
it was
one of
just
those things where like I don't
it's
feel
weird.
bad about it,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
just such a like
It was so weird.
why are you focusing on this of all things?
Because usually when like, let's say we had that thought, right? Me and Elizabeth, I'd
Yeah.
scroll and I'd be like, oh, that room's dirty that she's filming in. But I wouldn't write that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, she has a messy
If
room.
I need to say that, I'm gonna show it to Chris and say, "Hey, that room's dirty."
Yeah. Show it to my boyfriend. Be like, wow, her like, look at this video. It's really funny. I know her room's really dirty, but like, ignore that. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna type that.
Yeah.
Ash wants the Mr. Krabs meme. What's the Mr. Krabs meme? Which one?
There's too many.
There's too many. What are you talking about? To practice my penmanship over the next 5 years. It is wild. And then if you're a producer, champ, sorry for yapping. You can cut that part out, obviously. Let's get into NASCAR. We have, of course, the championship weekend preview, but Elizabeth will tell you what happened this past weekend, and then we'll get into the rest of the predictions for the champions and whatnot.
Yes, we were at Martinsville this past weekend,
Hot dog.
aka Hot Dog Town Grand Prix. In the truck race, Corey Heim cleaned everyone's clock. Once again, Heim time. Lane Riggs was knocked out of the playoffs when he lost a tiebreaker to Caden Honeycutt because Honeycutt finished second in the race and therefore won the tiebreaker on that performance. Taylor Gray won his first National Series race with the Xfinity Series at Martinsville. He got dummied in the spring race, which was a complete disaster for him, and he was poised to win that Martinsville race. So it's good for him that he was able to learn from that experience, come back and take victory. Uh, Also, great moment. Sam Mayer racing Jeb Burton like absolute garbage and then wrecking him after the checkered flag. So he's probably not going to be back next weekend. He had a great quote after the race where Sam Mayer said Jeb Burton doesn't have the it factor, he has the shit factor. I can't stop thinking about it. Oh my God.
I like
I
that a
read
lot.
that in the shuttle on the way back from the
That's
truck. I
so
was
funny.
cackling to myself.
That's pretty good.
And for the Cup race, William Byron outdueled Ryan Blaney in a must-win scenario. So Ryan Blaney went from 34th in this race to the lead after he qualified like absolute garbage and lost multiple positions at the start. Just couldn't get her done, but it was a great race from him nevertheless. He was asked after the race if his car felt off toward the end of the race, and he said Byron led 350 laps. He had the best car. Um, Big Billy Byron touched Ryan Blaney with 44 laps to go, kind of nudged him out of the way. This was not something that Ryan Blaney felt was a problem or an issue. He was more concerned with if he had made a mistake, leaving too much of the bottom open after the incident occurred. So, no hard feelings from the fellas over there, but no Ryan Blaney in our playoffs.
That makes me sad.
I
He was
know.
definitely my final four pick, which is unfortunate. I love Ryan Blaney.
It's just one of those years, dude. Just one of those years. So let's talk about we've got the championship coming up this weekend at Phoenix. We've got three championship races. Corey Heim has 11 wins on the year, so he is clearly going to Phoenix. He's got 11 wins, 18 top fives, 20 top tens, and no DNFs. So he's looking extremely strong and is probably a favorite. Also lining up as one of the truck drivers in contention is Caden Honeycutt. No wins, 3 top fives, 13 top tens, and 3 DNFs. Impressive from Honeycutt because he substituted into Stuart Friesian's truck after Stuart Friesian was injured earlier this year. And he beat Lane Riggs, as we said, for the tiebreaker at Martinsville by having the highest finish of any driver in that round. Also up is Ty Majeski, no wins, 9 top fives, 17 top tens, and 2 DNFs, but the defending Truck Series champion. So he clearly knows how to do things at Phoenix. And Tyler Ankrum, 1 win at Rockingham, 8 top fives, 15 top tens, and 1 DNF. For the Xfinity Series, we've got Connor Zilisch, Carson Kvapil, Justin Allgaier, and Jesse Love. Connor Zilisch clearly a favorite because he's got 10 wins, 19 top fives, 22 top tens, and 3 DNFs. Most successful rookie in series history, but whether or not he gets that done and can hold that into a championship remains to be seen. We've got Justin Allgaier with 3 wins, 14 top fives, 19 top tens, and 3 DNFs, and again, defending series champion. He was also 2nd and 5th in the last 2 races at Phoenix, so he's looking strong. Jesse Love got 1 win, 8 top fives, 21 top tens, and 3 DNFs. He was 2024's Rookie of the Year, looking good for potentially this. And Carson Kvapil, no wins, 7 top fives, 14 top tens, and 1 DNF, into the Final Four in his rookie season. And finally, Cup Series. Our Final Four for Phoenix is Chase Briscoe, James Dennis, Alan Hamlin, Billy Byron, and Kyle Larson. Briscoe has 3 wins, 15 top fives, which is the most top fives out of all of the drivers. 19 top tens, 4 DNFs. Denny Hamlin, he's got 6 wins, 14 top fives, 17 top tens, 4 DNFs, and a bone to pick with Mr. NASCAR. So maybe this will be the year he gets his championship. He's not won one yet, but here we go. And William Byron, 3 wins, 11 top fives, 16 top tens, 4 DNFs, regular season points champion. Could he do the final thing? We'll see. Kyle Larson as well, 3 wins, 14 top fives, 21 top tens, and 2 DNFs. He is the 2021 Cup Series champion. So again, a guy who knows how to win it. Can we? Who do you got? Who do you got your money on?
So I definitely
any of these.
Yeah. So for trucks, I have Corey Heim. Obviously the consistency, but it is Phoenix. Last year he finished 2nd. 2023 he did not finish well. It's because Carson Hocevar slapped him around, and then he retaliated and got in trouble for that. So that's a whole thing. But I would also retaliate against Carson Hocevar. He was a big old baby.
Who wouldn't?
That race was crazy. It was so fucking long.
So funny.
So yeah, Corey Heim knows Phoenix. I know Phoenix is a little bit crazy because it's that tri-oval bullshit that I hate how they race it. They just cut the entire first corner, just 5 wide. But you know, his track record, overall season dominance. He just has the momentum, statistical edge, psychology. Unless they're like, God forbid, a late race restart for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Something crazy. I just don't see why he can't. He got second behind Ty Majeski last year. So I mean, he knows Phoenix well. He knows how to race it well. I think I'm going with Heim time to close it out, baby. Let's go.
I think Heim time is over. I'm gonna say it's Ty Majeski just because he's done it before. I think he's gonna go back to back.
No,
if they do that to Corey Heim, I will be sad. But
I will be sad. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if Ty Majeski does it, but
damn.
But damn, I want it
Heim
to be
time.
Heim time. Just so I can keep saying Heim time.
It's over.
For Xfinity, I'm going Connor Zilisch.
You're doing Connor Zilisch. I think it's gonna be. I'm going with Justin Allgaier because again, he did this
last year.
He did this last year. I think he knows what's up.
That was so sad. I'm not sad. Sorry, so happy. He was like, his dad was crying, his family was crying, and then I kept crying.
Yeah, I'm concerned that Connor Zilisch. I don't know. We're gonna see. Let's see.
Again, you don't have to win the race to win the championship.
Correct.
Just FYI,
You just have to
people
be
to know that
best finisher
out of the 4
drivers. So,
and then Cup Series, I would like it to be James Dennis, Alan Hamlin. It's probably going to be William Byron.
I'm putting all my eggs in the Denny Hamlin basket. I think he
wants to smoke that Michael Jordan cigar.
He wants to smoke that Michael Jordan cigar, and he wants to blow big puffy smoke balls at NASCAR. If there's gonna be a year to do it, this is his year. He's like the heel of the sport. I don't know. I think he's got it. If not, I'm putting my money on Chase Briscoe.
Ooh, no.
Just for the fuck of it.
He drinks raw milk.
It's that raw milk that's going to get him to the victory. All
No.
those
I hope he
extra
shits his pants.
bacteriums.
Sorry, is that mean? Yeah, everyone's like, oh, don't boo, that's mean. And meanwhile, I hope Chase Briscoe shits his pants and it's the final race of the season.
Worse things have happened.
They all have issues, says Panda.
Yeah. It's NASCAR, baby.
Again, William Byron's mom follows me on Instagram, so I'm gonna say James would be fun, but it's probably gonna be Byron.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Larson himself out of my favorite list, or like I'm just annoyed with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It just gets me sometimes.
Well, his constant assertions, he's not said that he's the best driver in the world necessarily, but he likes to say that he's better than Max Verstappen, so.
Well, to add context to that, he likes to say because there's variety in the way,
Yeah.
like what he races, which makes sense. But also, that also doesn't make sense because Max can only race one.
Yeah.
And now he's also started to race sports car racing a little bit more seriously, so that'll also be an additional thing in his repertoire. He hasn't raced dirt. He hasn't raced an oval. To that point, Kyle Larson makes a point, but otherwise, there's all these asterisks when people say shit like that and stats in motorsports. I fucking hate it. He hasn't been saying the same since the double this year. Dude, I don't know what it is. He just makes these moves. And I've always said this about him, the calculator is bad at math thing, but it's just not even that anymore. It's not even a calculated. He's just like fucking sending it. And I don't know if he thinks he can get away with it because he's like Kyle fucking Larson. It's just,
Best driver in the world, dude.
I just don't like how he drives. I just don't like how he races. Blah.
He really had it. He was like on it for a while, and it feels like he's lost that magic this year.
You can't say the F word now for 10 minutes because someone redeemed it in the chat ban. Terrible. Elizabeth, this I have a championship format update from the teardown with Jeff and Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, this is interesting. There's been some debate about this today.
If you are not aware, basically NASCAR is potentially reconsidering its championship format for the playoff situation that it has. So the final 3 format choices are narrowed down to the 3-3-4 playoffs, the 10 race classic chase, and a full 36 race championship. The majority of the playoff committee votes are toward a playoff format which consists of that 10 race chase votes primarily. The 36 race crowd continues to be outnumbered significantly. There's just not quite interest in that. But again, as we have mentioned on this show, do not expect to hear what that ultimately will be until January. They have not decided. The playoff committee is keeping everything under evaluation, whether that's when you're in, what they're going to do with tiebreakers, the championship eligibility. So we're talking every aspect of this is under review for a potential change. When we'll hear when they want us to hear. They don't want it to be close enough to the conclusion of this season's championship, primarily because and they don't want it to overshadow this championship. They don't want anyone to whoever wins, they go back and say, well, actually they didn't deserve it, etc., etc. So we'll have some time until it goes on. We just won't know.
Who gets to decide in this playoff committee? I have heard that NBC, though they've said that they're not the ones to choose, do kind of have an overall influence on the whole thing. Mm-hmm. That was very confusing comms from them, by the way. They're like, oh, you guys do what we want. Don't let us influence you. But they're the ones who are airing it and do have the most say at the end of the day.
Yeah. They have a significant financial stake in that matter.
Nose goes. And I was like, wait, what? Yes, you do. It's literally your fault. And I'm also very glad that after the first race back at NBC, we completely stopped bitching about Lee Diffie's accent. Yeah, now it suddenly doesn't bother anyone anymore.
Shocker. The man who's commentated on sports for however many decades knows how to talk.
Yeah, suddenly everyone's okay with it again after we all yelled at them for being stupid. So it's a little frustrating.
Yeah. There was also a lot of NASCAR lawsuit stuff. We're not going to get to that today just because it's bulky, it's juicy. So stay tuned. We will touch on that. in the near future, next week.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it next week because there's no F1 race this weekend. They're taking a little breaky poo before they go to Brazil.
Yes. I'm hyped. Man, I want to go to Brazil so bad.
So, from my understanding, for the Phoenix Final Series here, on Friday, October 31st, you have the Craftsman Truck Series Championship, which is at 7:30 Phoenix Raceway time. Okay, something very important to denote. Is it not this weekend that we also change our clocks? I
We
believe
do indeed change our clocks
we
this
we
weekend.
fall back 1 hour, chat. So on Friday it's
Yes.
at 7:30. Don't forget, Phoenix does not change their clocks. I mean, the state of Arizona does not change their clocks. As in, so you're either 2 hours or 1 hour now with them, not the 3 hours from the West Coast per usual. So like, just factor that math in.
Put it in timezoneconverter.com. Update the date, it will let you know. That is how I had my life saved when I was planning my work week this week, because Europe and England changed clocks last weekend, and now we don't for a week, so.
So for the Xfinity Series on Saturday, it's at 7:30 p.m. track time, and the Cup Series is at 3 p.m. Phoenix Raceway time on Sunday. But by then, we would have changed our clocks.
Correct.
I forget how
It'll
far I am from
be
Phoenix.
at a time of day.
Yeah, 3 p.m. Phoenix time. You guys figure it out at your end, because I don't know what it is for you. Let me open this Discord and see what Marco has posted for other motorsports that you may or may not be interested in.
Wow.
As we don't have F1. Sad. Oh my God, we're
I
behind.
needed a little F1 breaky. The 2 week back to back, as much
The
fun
traveling
as
for you
like
too is crazy.
as much fun as it is so exhausting. It is so exhausting.
Can this load? It's loading.
No.
Sorry. Saturday, what do we have? Da, 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 da. Anything exciting? Do, 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 do. There's British truck racing, and that's when they race trucks. Literal trucks. Like you see those 18-wheelers, they race those for funsies.
Semis.
They, fucking full send. No, that's not. None of these are, like, easy to watch.
Yeah.
Man, there's really nothing, truck in Brazil series. Not that you can watch that either.
Yeah, race season's wrapping up.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of NHRA stuff.
Nice.
So if you guys want to watch that, it's the strip at Las Vegas. They're not racing on the strip. It's just called the strip because it's a drag racing strip. But
Be sick if it was on the strip.
It'd be sick if it was on the strip. It'd be absolutely fantastic.
In traffic. Good luck.
Oh, yeah. Kamikaze makes a good point. Little shout out to Alex Marquez clinching up, running up to the championship to his brother, which is the first time in the 70-plus years of MotoGP that two brothers have got P1, P2, the championship.
So cool.
That's sick. They also look crazy alike, obviously, because they're brothers. But you know how sometimes, like, me and my brother don't really look alike till we, like, put on glasses.
Oh, man.
But,
Me and my brother, I'm glad he has a beard now, is all I gotta say. Because otherwise, if I don't wear makeup, we look exactly the same.
They look like the Marquez brothers look identical to me. You
Do?
can definitely tell they're related. So, congrats to Alex Marquez. I'm sure their father is like my pushing them. They were kids really paid off. Which I'm like, no, it was like a little bit toxic, but like I guess they're fine. To my knowledge.
Did Papa Marquez leave them at a gas station?
I don't know that far, but he was definitely tough on them, to my understanding. Yeah. Which also, like, Max Verstappen's champion, and Giannis is like, see, it's because I left him at a gas station. I made him walk home.
I did that. That was me. It was all me.
It's, what will I do when there's no sports car racing for Chex Notes a month and a half? Yeah.
Sleep.
Yeah, I'm excited not to be on the internet. Just, like, people making fun memes again. Or, like, remember this moment in F1 where we all had a good time? As opposed to being mean to each other and saying crazy stuff.
I'm gonna read so many books, dude.
I'm so stoked.
Gonna be nice.
It's gonna be nice. Elizabeth, what do we have from you this weekend? This week?
Great question. I'm not really sure. I still have to do my like post-travel debrief shortly in the next couple of weeks. There will be I shadowed Shell at the US Grand Prix. Got to look at their new trackside lab because they do, in fact, bring an entire lab with them to test fuel samples, gearbox samples, any lubricant or liquid in any of the Ferrari cars is tested when they get to the track every day, before the cars go out on track, before after they come back in. So there's probably hundreds and hundreds of samples that they do in a weekend. It's very exciting. So I'm hyped. I had a freaking blast. I got to help do a little like gearbox test,
That's cool.
and I learned that when they, because the engines in Formula One are sealed, you cannot fix things like gears when they go wrong. But you can tell what gear is failing based on the color that your sample will spark when you're testing it because it shows what specific metal that is. So it's like your first gear is going and it sparks like a yellow color. So very fun. I'm also going to have something on the Honda RA272 coming up. Yuki Tsunoda made an effort to do laps in that at Mexico and stalled coming out of the pit lane, and also it broke down on the track twice. But I got to lay eyes on that. It was Richie Ginther's victory for Honda's first win in 1965 at the Mexican Grand
What
Prix,
was your
which was
caption? You said it was so funny. You did something with his last name. It wasn't like Ginthering, but like you said something.
"We up Richie and they Ginther."
That's what it was. That was so funny. I loved that.
Who up Richie and they Ginther? Yeah, it was really cool. Honda brought a lot of U.S. journalists out to see that as like a little press trip, but no one got as close as I did because I wasn't on the trip and I just had pit lane access.
Yoink, take that. Love it. I'm going to a wedding this weekend, so don't expect anything from me. Thanks.
Happy wedding.
Thanks, everyone. It's not my wedding. I don't know why people assume that I'm going to someone else's wedding in the cold.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I'm going to leave
Sorry
my
to
little
hear
guy
that.
for the first time for so long. Oh, Chad can't see him right now.
So sad. I was so uh, all of my travel this year, but all
Gonna
the
be so
bulk
sleepy.
of it was this last 2 weeks. And I got home after Coda and all the cats were mad, and then I left 2 days later and they were so much more mad. Oh. And I had to
I
take
feel so
Joseph to the vet
bad.
this morning. He was extra mad about that too.
I feel so bad. I'm gonna miss him. We did get an indoor camera so I can stalk him.
Nice.
I need to know.
You gotta keep an eye on him.
I
Just gotta
do.
see.
I do. I feel so sad. I want to make sure he gets his energies out, and he has
Yeah.
someone who's gonna hang out with him. Hopefully, they'll. I mean, I hired a cat sitter, but you can't like make them. I mean, I asked to request certain times, all this stuff, right? But we'll see. Fingers crossed that she's nice to my little kitty, little pumpy.
He's just a boy.
We're waking up at 5 a.m. Sunday and driving straight home. That's 6 hours. We're gonna get home.
Lord.
I'm just kidding. I actually don't know what time we're gonna wake up, but I'm gonna wake up at 4, 3. Actually, straight from the wedding back home, so I can see my little kitty.
Good Lord. Godspeed. I
Something that's
hope.
annoyingly happening to me on my reels is that I keep getting videos of people whose pets are passing or have passed, and it makes me
Yes.
so sad. Guys, you don't understand how
Oh,
upset I get about him eventually passing, and hopefully 15 to 20 years. He's
yeah.
currently 7 months old. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to lose you. And I like start sobbing. My boyfriend's like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, this video of this cat is just so sweet. And now that I know how much I love him and he means the world to me, it was just so sad. He's like, Ashley, you have to enjoy the good times with him. Jesus.
It's, man, I'm in the same boat. I've been getting those, like, since my cat died in the summer, like, immediately after Instagram was like, oh, you posted about an animal death? Guess what we've got for you? So every fucking
Jeez.
time I scroll, it's always, and they've been getting more and more gruesome as
Oh,
well.
mine's just sad.
Like, mine were sad, and then they evolved to, like, little like farmers where they were like, oh, someone's dogs got in and ripped apart all of my small animals in my farm. And now I'm like, what are we doing? So glad that I was at F1 for the last 2 weeks
Yeah.
because Now when I scroll, my For You page is just like videos of Toto Wolff eating breakfast. I'm like, thank God we're back.
I'm getting a lot of like a black cat content, which makes sense because
Yeah, you got
duh.
a little black boy.
I got a little boy. And then I'm getting a lot of just like general cat owner content, which is fine with me.
Hmm.
It's the ones that are there's a new trend. I posted it of myself. It's like, oh, what my cat thinks I see now that he's old. It's like what I really see, and I'm like,
Yeah. No.
it makes me so sad. Yes, yesterday was Black Cat Appreciation Day. Yesterday too, and no one wished Pumpernickel happy Black Cat Appreciation Day. I've taken notes. None of you give a shit about my cat, which is fine.
No. Happy belated
No, Elizabeth, I
Black
don't want
Cat
to hear it.
Appreciation.
You had yesterday.
No, I fucked it.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Dia de
Anyone?
los Muertos, October 27th, is for the Rainbow Bridge opening for your past pets to have their energy rejoin us here in the mortal world. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you can set up. I forget what it's called. Plant but feel free to correct me. It's not, in lack of a better terms, and I apologize. Like a shrine to your cat,
Mhm.
or a pet. You post photos and flowers and just like a statue. Oh, thank you, Ray, a friend, and just like a dedication to your pet at that moment. I thought it was beautiful. I think that's really well done. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, I love that. That's like a good way to. Someone in New York City posted a video today that I saw when I was not paying attention to my meeting. Their neighbor made an ofrenda for their dog that passed away this year. I thought that was really sweet.
That's so sweet.
They're like, this is why I love my neighborhood.
In Mexico, I asked Lewis about Roscoe. Like, what did being a pet owner kind of teach you as a person? And then one of the other sweet Mexican journalists was like, she pointed that out, like, hey, coming up is the time when, your animals wait for you. And she's like, in Mexico, we have a myth that like they wait for you to cross the bridge when you finally go. So she was like, Roscoe and Coco are waiting for you. And he was like, well, if I've got to cross a bridge and there's water around, Roscoe's not going to be leading me. I'm going to be carrying him because he hates water. I was like, oh, so cute. I was like crying. It's so cute.
There's God, is it Belarusian or Bulgarian? I forget. Someone can Google this and find out, or if I say it, you'll know. But when you're getting judged, your soul's getting judged on scales at the end of your life of all the good things and bad things you've done. All the cats you've been nice to and pet have come like way the other side of the way the good side of the scales to like help you out and get your soul into heaven.
I'm fucking set, bro.
You better fucking help me out, buddy.
Got
It's
six cats right
all the
now.
cats you've like pet and encountered and been kind to in your life. So it's not just pets you've owned; it's pets you've been or cats you've been nice to, essentially. Because a lot of people treat street cats terribly.
Yeah.
So you think it was Egyptian? Oh shit, my bad. Wrong part of the world
I,
completely.
I think there are multiple because I feel like I saw this on a Russian woman's Instagram. I followed
Okay.
like a little Russian occult Instagram page.
Plant Daddy goes great. I'll have an army including several raccoons and possums. No, they're gonna go on the evil side of the scale. Sorry.
No!
All veterinary people hope all the pets they've taken care of are there to say hi.
Yeah,
I heard that's why being a vet is very hard.
I couldn't do
Because
it.
you think I couldn't do it. Being a veterinarian, like air traffic controller, is definitely on the top of like most stressful jobs. Vets are like top up there for folks who are really sad, depressed, etc. It's difficult jobs because you're like, oh, I love animals, but you see them constantly sick or
Mhm.
about to pass away / do pass away in your office, and you have to deal with that.
Yeah,
As a,
and I feel like one of the hardest things has to be watching someone who can't pay for the care that they need to keep their pet
oh my
alive as well.
gosh.
Like that one, I think I couldn't do it. Like there's a chance, but we just can't. Not for me.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, Pumpy, you're living forever. I'm gonna freeze you like Walt Disney. Everyone, remember, drink water, take your meds, touch some grass, have a good
Mhm.
Halloween, make be fun,
Yeah, be whimsical and
be
spooky.
whimsy. Yeah, have a little whimsy. Every day this week, I've dressed up in a different Halloween outfit. Yesterday was my pumpkin and black cat sweater at work. Today was this. Tomorrow, I have a black cat like T-shirt that I might wear. I
Nice.
don't know. Also have a bat sweater, so it could be also that. I haven't decided. Um, what else, Elizabeth? What else do we have to remind people? Oh, support local, including your local
Yeah.
racetracks.
Send lots of love to Jamaica. Haiti is going to also get hit by this hurricane that is going on as well. So if you have the resources to offer donations and aid, that's probably a great way to do that. Yeah, call the government, call your representatives, tell them we would like food benefits for folks who do not
Yeah,
have lots of money.
be kind to people coming up.
Yes.
It's a lot of people we've realized during the pandemic are living paycheck to paycheck, especially now as things are being defunded or not funded past November 1st. Just be a little bit
Yeah.
more kinder to people. If you see a mother stealing formula from CVS, no, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking didn't. You didn't see shit, dude. Didn't see shit. Just not your problem, not your business.
Yeah. Give care and concern where you can. Support your local folks where you can. Um, take care of one another in your
Yeah, that's probably
community.
a big one to take care of your community. There was an interesting news thing I see on. I'm kind of glad I started following news accounts on Reels or like on Instagram because you just get the stories, and I never realized that how the news stuff is perfectly packaged for like Instagram actually and like the
Hmm.
short form stuff. Because sometimes just the hits on the news stories are like 30 seconds, and it's just like they just need to get the story out there to local news. Anyway, one of them was a time bank system. So instead of exchanging services for like money around their community, it's time, right? So like I'll
Hmm.
dedicate an hour or 2 hours to you guys to help you build your fence. So now I have 2 hours in the bank for someone to come help me for not for free,
That's
but like
nice.
whatever. So it's like, oh, if I need help sewing, I don't know how to sew. There was an interesting Instagram reel. Sorry, I don't go into TikTok anymore. Of a gentleman saying, I keep asking to borrow my neighbor's lawnmower because I don't like. How many times do we all mow our lawns? Like once a
Yeah.
month, and we all don't need to own a lawnmower. So we ask, and then I help him with other stuff. So
Yeah.
it's nice. Planted, thank you so much for gifting 10 subs.
It's amazing.
Crispy Team, Chap, Ket, Demir, Max, Kamikaze, Mario, GM, and Mighty Snake. Welcome to Vandalay Industries. Boo, 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 boo.
We're all out here.
Oh, yeah, how about your local pantry if you can too? If you can donate,
Yeah.
if you have anything in the fridge, yeah, just be kind to one another. It's gonna get more rough till stuff happens. So just be kind. That's all. That's really as much I can ask. I know not everyone has the money or the funds or the time to donate and help out and think about all these things, but just be
Yeah.
nice. That's probably the bare minimum you can do. Just be kind.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang,
It's the little
bang.
things.
The little things. Plant Daddy, thank you so much. Chat, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us in the little rooms. Apologies for it being a little short, but I got to meet my cat sitter. I genuinely thought she meant Monday, and then I can't read a calendar. It turns out it was today. So apologize to
jeez.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth, thank you for your time and hanging out with us, even though you traveled back to back and this was your day off. Thank you for hanging out
Damn
with
straight.
us. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Typical
everyone.
Ash? What do you mean, typical Ash? I know how to read.
Apparently not.
Hey, whose side are you on? Whose side are you on?
Everyone's.
Good night, everyone. Have a great rest of your evenings or mornings.
Or nights, days, afternoons. Wherever you are. Have fun.
Yeah, everyone enjoy the World Series that went on to 3 a.m. yesterday and 18
Jesus.
innings.
What a mess.
I'm so tired.
18 innings.
I know. Bye, everyone. Oh, Puppy says
Bye.
meow. And all of Elizabeth's cats say
Aw.
meow.
They do.